guys, and welcome back. We're finally doing the next video in my essence series. Once you figure out your unique combination of essence, the trick is to play around with the style recommendations for each of those essences to find your own unique style essence. So we are going to go over the basics of Ingenue essence and ethereal essence within wardrobe. And then we're going to brainstorm creative ways of how to combine the two, since they are their own unique, very different essences. And in the next video, I'm going to try to create looks that are authentic to myself, are in my style, but also trying to take both of these style essence recommendations into consideration. The goal of this series is to explore how I can translate this into everyday life without it looking odd. It's to just challenge myself to be more creative when it comes to creating an authentic look for myself instead of just copying and pasting someone else's style and it just not feeling quite right. What is style even? When you say Ingenue style essence, what do you mean? When you say ethereal style essence, what do you mean? What are the elements that make up someone's style? The elements of style are these: color palette, how that person combines separates, the level of modesty within the pieces they choose, the materials they gravitate towards, what types of patterns fit within that style, even the accessories that go well with that style, the hairstyles, even specific silhouettes, and the overall feel of that style in general. These are the categories we're going to look at when we try to figure out how to incorporate Ingenue essence style or ethereal essence style into outfits. This style isn't overly showy, it isn't overly revealing, it also is not overly stuffy or mature looking. So when we talk about the level of modesty that Ingenue style essence outfits have, if you have overly promiscuous on one side of the spectrum without any sex appeal on the other side, you would probably be somewhere directly in the middle, possibly even more towards the slightly promiscuous side, so being slightly flirtatious but in a very innocent way. When I look for Ingenue looks, I'm not going to be as concerned about this specific element of style. The reason I wanted to do a video on color palette before I put out the next style essence video is because you can use your color palette to create any style essence. Colors that the Ingenue style essence usually has are your color palette's version of those ice cream pastels. Your version of white, your version of cream, your version of navy, more coffee taupey colors, purpley reds over overly dark colors. The materials that are typically associated with Ingenue style essence: lace, materials with a soft effect, a light effect, and small details, bows. Ingenue essence, when we're referring to patterns, think polka dots, florals, botanical prints, small florals, country feeling florals. The pattern would be more sweet feeling as opposed to quirky feeling. There are a few silhouettes that are typically associated with Ingenue style. Think ruffles, short and cropped, smocked top, and dresses. Lots of dresses for the style essence. Waist definition, puffs, ruffles, puff sleeves, long empire silhouettes. Hair that is associated with this Ingenue style, when it's straight, it tends to be wispy, slightly frizzy, a little bit wild, and long. When it is curly, it again is free and wild and little girlish, or soft and wispy and long and wavy. Lastly, the accessories that are associated with ingenue style borrow from, over time, vintage influence. Ingenue style has been seen for a very long period of time when it comes to fashion and fashion trends and style. There are certain ingenue essence style pieces that tend to be fairly timeless, but when you wear them, they hint at eras gone by in a way that is feminine and playful. For example, Mary Janes, while they're obviously associated with a certain decade and give a vintagey retro feel, you can kind of wear them no matter the time period you're living in, and they just feel like a statement piece in a very feminine way. Ballet flats, Mary Janes, any kind of embroidery and lace. Their accessories tend to have that color palette. They can be fun in a not overly bold way, but in a girlish, vintagey way. Florals, bows, lace, feminine touches. So this is just the basics of how a true 100% ingenue essence style would be translated into wardrobe.